Hello, welcome to this video. I'm playing really bad lately, so I'm trying to focus a bit more on tactics and endgame training. And I thought, why not share it with you people? So yeah, the best way to get the most benefit out of this video is to pause the video every puzzle I do, and then check if you got the solution right. So yeah, let's start. So the first position looks like a checkmate pattern with two bishops and the checkmate on h7, but the knight is blocking the bishop. So candidate move is to move the knight to h6. Then the king cannot move because this diagonal is covered by the bishop. So the knight has to capture the knight, and then we have a checkmate here. And yes. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. Okay, this is interesting, is if the pawn was not on g6, then the queen would have a mate on f6. So let's look at the most forcing move. That is a rook to h5. King cannot take. Pawn cannot. So the king cannot take because it's protected by this other rook. Also cannot block the check. King cannot go to g7. So he has to take with the pawn, and then queen on f6 is mate. So these are quite easy puzzles, but it's meant for pattern recognition training. Okay, so the next one. So what we see immediately is the potential danger on h-file. We don't have a checkmate with a queen because the bishop can capture our queen, but this bishop is also covering this diagonal. So if you play queen check, it's the most forcing move. Black has to capture it with the bishop, and then if we take with the rook is protected by our dark square bishop, and it's a checkmate. So this is an X-ray pattern. Okay, let's check this position. It's interesting, a lot of things happening. The king position of black is very weak. The e7 square is covered by our knight. So if we check with a queen on h8, king cannot block the check, or not a piece that can block the check, so white is forced to capture with the bishop, and then if we take with a rook, it's checkmate. Because both g7 and the e7 squares are protected by our knight. Yes. So here we have a potential knight fork. Yes, what's the best move order? So the dark square bishop from black is protected once and attacked once. So we have to put another attacker on the bishop. And we also attack the rook. So black is not in time to move the king to the bishop to defend it, because then we take the rook. Yes. Okay. So we win the exchange. Okay, well, here we have a battery on the a3 to f8 diagonal. We cannot checkmate here because these squares are very well protected. Let's see if we have a check. Oh, our queen is also attacked by the rook. I've seen this before. I think we also have this e-file. So if we play knight takes f7, we actually threaten to checkmate on d8, because it looks like the rook is defended by the knight, but that knight is pinned. So if we take here, and then if rook takes our queen, we have a check, we take it back with the knight, and then we win the queen back. So we win the exchange. So what is else for black to do? And let's take on f7. Yes, we threaten both. Oh, black has to do something about the checkmate threat. But of course not. Black can take our knight with the queen. So if we take on f7, black takes with the queen. Then we take the knight with the rook. Then black can block with the knight. Then what? Oh, then we can take the knight, and if he retakes with the queen, we still can take with the queen because it's protected by our bishop. Okay, let's do it. Okay, this variation is the puzzle. Interesting. Okay, interesting. So it's a simple puzzle, but yes, you still have to check every variation. But the pattern is clear. Okay, so here our rook is attacked by the white rook. We have the open G file. If we let's look at the most forcing move. the check with the rook on g1. Black cannot take it with the king because it's protected by our bishop, so he has to take with the knight. But then we can check on f2 with our rook, and that's checkmate. Nice. Okay, what's happening here? So we attack this bishop. Then white has to retake with the rook. And the rook is potentially pinned to the white king. So we can take the d pawn with the bishop, and then if white retakes with the c pawn, we win the c1 rook. Yes. So it's like a decoy deflection kind of tactic, because we remove the defender of d4. Okay, what's happening here? A knight is hanging. White has his queen and bishop a bit weirdly placed. Okay, so in a way we also attack white's queen with our queen. So it makes sense to look for discovered attack. So one candidate move that comes to mind is to play knight g3. We threaten checkmate. If white takes with the pawn, we win the queen. But white can take the queen. But we take back with the knight, so then the material's equal. And it's also a check. And then the white king goes, for example, to f2 to attack our knight, and then we can take the bishop. So we win a piece and we also protect our knight. So that's the... Wow, it's a beautiful puzzle. Okay, well, let's call it a day. Keep the video a bit short. Let me know what you think of this kind of video. I'm planning to do more training, so I thought I could just also just share it with you. But if you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions, I'm happy to hear it. And of course, I'm also going to post more games. So hope to see you in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.